I'm Conan O'Brien. I'm in Cannes.
I'm Anderson Cooper. I'm not clear where I am, but,
You're
yes.
via satellite.
Yes, yes.
It just looks like he's here. You make somebody laugh and you realize that you've connected with them. So I was interested in doing that when I was a little kid. I was not a good athlete, and I was.
You? Really?
Sorry. Okay, that's
that
nice.
surprises me.
That shocks Anderson.
Really?
Anderson has seen me do incredible feats, but and so that was the way I could make friends, and so I just hyper-developed it to the point that it was sad, and then I turned it into a career. I think that's what I did.
I'm a terrible, I don't know, I spend most of my life trying to avoid people, so I'm bad at connecting with people. I basically just came to sort of ask him questions and
But that's funny you say that because, people he's very popular, people like Anderson, and so wherever you are in the world, I think they feel like, I know this guy, I like this guy, so if something bad is happening somewhere in the world and Anderson's there, there's a sense of, I know him.
But I think one of the things that Conan was talking about here, and I think it's true in news or comedy, I do think authenticity is important, just being yourself, and that camera lens is a small little piece of glass, and it really does transmit truth, and people who are fake and pretending to be something that they're not, that is transmitted. And so I do think just being honest and just talking and admitting what you know, or comedy, this is a thing all about advertisers, so we were discussing kind of what works in advertising, and for Conan, sort of acknowledging something is an integration, or just being very honest with viewers and incorporating something in a very honest way.
It's like anything else, it doesn't solve any problems, it's people say wealth doesn't really solve any of the problems you have in life. It just, it magnifies everything. And I think social media...
It's not true.
Not true at all.
Wealth
takes care of everything. Everything. I don't even know who said that, but they're an idiot. Probably someone with no money. But I think social media just magnifies everything. It doesn't change... Anderson still has to report the story and get it out and get it right. And the fact that people are watching it maybe through social media, or they're reading his tweets, it doesn't matter. He still has to get that out there. So the task has not changed. And for me, being funny, nothing's changed. It's just you still have to work hard and come up with something real and good. And then the fact that it can be tweeted out there to millions of people, or it can show up on Facebook, doesn't change the fact that you still need to come up with a product.
What I also think is really interesting about Conan is that his sort of entrance to social media came about out of necessity, out of not having a show for a while and not having a way to communicate with viewers, and which is a very real way of, he started talking with viewers through Twitter, and it kind of grew. I mean, as you said, you were kind of a Luddite before.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, but I had to. Yeah, I think that's the fact that it happened organically. I didn't sit down with a consulting firm and say it's time to get into social media.
Are there these consultant firms?
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are people you can pay a lot of money who come in and they advise people how to get into social media and how to get a presence going.
I always get asked by people, is that actually me on Twitter under my account? The idea of letting somebody else actually tweet under my name, there's no way I would let somebody else do that, because it's, I don't know, someone will say something and it's not what I said. So
right, and then later on you have to explain,
why?
Oh, that wasn't me,
then you're a jerk.
Yeah, then you're a jerk. So. I become embittered. It's like anything else. You always want to do a good job, and when something doesn't go right, or
But it's probably not even for you social media feedback. I would imagine the worst is just the instant. The instant audience feedback of like, they're not laughing, they're not with.
They're not liking this. I'm not connecting with them. I'm not. It's just it feels bad. However it feels in real life when you're trying to talk to someone and you want them to like you and you're not connecting. That feeling, which is terrible, it's just that feeling. I hope they looked at myself and Anderson and said, though, we're going to buy a lot of ad time with those guys. We're going to pour it.
Is that what this was about?
No.
I still do.
We don't know what this was about.
We still do not understand what we're doing.
I don't even think anyone there is in a position to buy ad time with us. But I hope that in some way the people in the crowd will line our pockets with gold. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's my sincere hope.
I still don't know what we're doing here.